Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have a ton of crazy drama to get through today, and I am honestly still processing the new weekly preview. Grab a snack and settle in, because we have a lot to unpack. But first, let's not waste any time. The absolute biggest question we need to ask right now, and I mean the most important question for the week of June 29 is, who is mysteriously watching Brady Black on Smith Island? Seriously, you guys, who is lurking in the dark outside the Horton cabin? The preview promo shows this incredibly creepy shot of a mysterious figure just standing there, staring through the window while Brady is inside. It gave me total horror movie vibes. And honestly, it's about time we got a good, creepy mystery back on this show. The Horton cabin has a long, messy history of people being stalked, held hostage, or almost blown up. It is basically a magnet for Salem's worst disasters. And now Brady is right in the middle of it. So let's break down exactly why Brady is even out there on Smith Island in the first place. If you remember from a few episodes ago, poor Holly Jonas collapsed while she was hanging out at the cabin with Tate, Ari, and Aaron. At first, everyone was panicking, thinking it was her new antidepressants or maybe a bad reaction to some random pills. Holly has been so paranoid lately, thinking Sophia Choi is still alive or that Amy Choi is out to get her. But Brady is actually using his brain here. He is officially working as a detective for Black Patch with Steve Johnson, and he is putting the pieces together. Brady goes out to the island to investigate the environment. He wants to know exactly what made his stepdaughter sick. And the theory right now is absolutely wild, but it makes so much sense. The water, Brady is out there to collect water samples. Why? Because of those tainted Corseal pills. Remember when those highly toxic, arsenic-laced Corseal pills from DiMera Pharmaceuticals were buried on Smith Island? Yeah, well, it looks like that toxic waste has been slowly seeping into the groundwater. So when the teens went out there for a fun summer bonfire, they were probably drinking poisoned water. Just thinking about that makes my stomach turn. But back to the stalker. Who is watching Brady? The spoilers for next week tell us that EJ DiMera realizes something is very wrong on Smith Island. So, naturally, my first thought is that EJ is the one standing outside the window. EJ is desperate right now. His entire pharmaceutical empire is on the verge of a massive scandal. If it comes out that his company's tainted drugs poisoned the groundwater and almost killed a bunch of teenagers, not to mention actually killing Sarah's patient, Destiny EJ is going to lose everything. He could go to prison. So it makes total sense that EJ would follow Brady out to the island to see what he's doing. But wait, let me second guess myself for a second. Is EJ really the type of guy to go trudging through the muddy woods of Smith Island just to spy on someone through a window? EJ is a billionaire CEO who wears custom suits. He usually pays people to do his dirty work in the woods. Maybe I'm being too harsh on him, but you get what I mean. What if it's a henchman? Or what if it's Dr. Rolf? Rolf is already freaking out because his super serum 2 is failing and Lexi is dying again. Maybe Rolf is out there trying to dig up the Corseal pills to hide his own mistakes? Okay, no, that sounded dramatic. It's probably EJ. The man loves to control a situation, and right now, he is losing control of everything. And speaking of losing control, we have to talk about Johnny DiMera. This is the part of the preview that honestly made me yell at my screen. The promo shows Johnny literally sneaking into Dr. Sarah Horton's office, and he is putting on disposable latex gloves. What were they thinking with this? Johnny is not a super spy. He's a filmmaker turned reluctant corporate guy. But here he is, sneaking around a hospital office like he's James Bond. Why is he in Sarah's office? Because Johnny is currently caught in the most stressful tug-of-war ever. On one side, you have Brady and Steve, who are relying on Johnny to be their inside man at DiMera Pharmaceuticals. They need him to find the evidence of the Corseal cover-up. On the other side, you have EJ, his ruthless, manipulative father, who just offered him the COO job and expects total loyalty. Johnny is basically playing double agent. So Johnny is in Sarah's office, probably looking for Destiny's medical files or the toxicology reports that prove the DiMera drugs were tainted with arsenic. Sarah and Brady have been digging deep into this, and Sarah is terrified she's going to lose her medical license because a patient she sent home ended up dead. Johnny knows that whatever is in those files could destroy his dad. This is where the mild inconsistencies in Johnny's character always drive me crazy. One minute he's the moral compass of the family, trying to do the right thing and support his wife, Chanel. The next minute, he's doing EJ's dirty work. The spoilers say Johnny is taking on a task for EJ. So is he in Sarah's office to steal the evidence and destroy it for his dad? Or is he there to copy it and give it to Black Patch? Honestly, I change my mind about Johnny every other week. Sometimes I think he's finally breaking free from EJ's toxic grip, and then he just gets sucked right back in. But let's be real, Johnny is under a massive amount of pressure right now. Chanel is dealing with a terrifying breast cancer diagnosis while pregnant. The last thing Johnny needs is to be caught breaking and entering into a hospital office. If he gets arrested, Chanel is going to lose her mind. I just keep zooming out and looking at this whole storyline, and it is so classic Days of Our Lives. This is the ultimate Brady versus DiMera war, just repackaged for a new generation. You have Brady Black out in the wilderness, trying to protect his family and uncover a toxic conspiracy. And you have the DiMeras sitting in their mansion, trying to cover up their deadly mistakes. It's the same old dance, but the stakes feel so much higher this time, because innocent people are actually dying. Destiny is dead. Lexi is facing death again because of DiMera science. Holly could have died from the arsenic water. EJ is acting like a cornered animal. We already know from the spoilers that EJ is going completely off the rails. He's exposing Xander's hookup with Kristen just to ruin Xander's life. He's fighting with Chad. He's dealing with Cat Green's mysterious ISA past. EJ is fighting battles on like 6 different fronts right now. And when EJ gets overwhelmed, he gets dangerous. If EJ is the one watching Brady on Smith Island, Brady needs to watch his back. EJ is not going to let Brady walk off that island with a water sample that proves DiMera Pharmaceuticals poisoned the environment. I wouldn't put it past EJ to trap Brady on the island or try to destroy the evidence before Brady can get it to a lab. And what if Brady confronts him? Can you imagine an EJ and Brady fist fight in the middle of the woods? It would be messy. And honestly, I would totally watch that. But I'm really worried about Johnny's role in all of this. What happens when EJ finds out that Johnny is working with Black Patch? Because EJ always finds out. Always. He has spies everywhere. If EJ realizes his own son is trying to take down the company, EJ's retaliation is going to be brutal. We all know EJ doesn't handle betrayal well, even from his own kids. Just look at how he treats Sydney and Sammy. Well, Kristen is the one calling Sydney right now, but you know what I mean. The DiMera family is just completely dysfunctional. And let's spare a thought for Sarah Horton in all of this. Poor Sarah is just trying to be a good doctor. She is devastated over Destiny's death. She is letting Xander live with her for Victoria's sake, even though they argue constantly. And soon, EJ is going to blow up her life by revealing that Xander slept with Kristen. And on top of all that personal trauma, now her office is being broken into by her cousin's husband. Sarah cannot catch a break. I really hope she catches Johnny in the act. How awkward would that be? Johnny standing there with his little latex gloves on, holding a medical file, and Sarah just walking in with a cup of coffee. I would pay to see the look on his face. Honestly, the fans on social media have been screaming for a good corporate espionage storyline, and it looks like the writers are finally delivering. But I just hope they don't drag it out too long. We need some answers. We need to know who is watching Brady. We need to know if Johnny is going to betray his dad or betray Steve and Brady. And we definitely need someone to go put a giant "Do Not Drink" sign on the water pump at the Horton cabin. Seriously, how many times do people have to almost die at that cabin before someone condemns the property? I am so invested in this mess. It's clunky, it's chaotic, and it's stressing me out, but I love it. I'm going to be glued to my screen next week to see if Brady makes it off that island in one piece. And I swear, if Johnny actually destroys the evidence to protect EJ, I am going to be so mad at him. He needs to step up and be the good guy he claims to be. All right, I've been rambling for way too long and staring at this screen until my eyes hurt. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Who do you think is watching Brady? Is it EJ or is it a wild card? And what do you think Johnny is going to do with the files? Drop your theories below, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there. And seriously, don't drink the water on Smith Island.